All right, September 8th might be your favorite day because today we're going to solve equations using Nsolve, okay? You get to use the shortcut on the calculator to solve equations, and then you want to be able to grid it in on a Griddable. So real quick, check out all the stuff that's due from the last 2 weeks, including this week, domain and range assignment, okay? So you want to make sure you have a calculator. Obviously, this requires a calculator, right? And you want to go press the on button, make sure you got a brand new unsaved new sheet, okay, so we can work with that. All right, but let's look at the notes. Okay, so you have notes that says using Nsolve. Notes is on there twice, which is redundant, but anyways, Nsolve is a quick way to solve equations using your calculator without having to show your work like before. Similarly to when we did linear regressions, we need to get a fresh new document. Okay, so step one, you press new, click a new document, do not save. Okay, now you also need to go to the calculator, step 3. Okay, now next, when you're at this blank screen, right, you're going to select menu and you're going to see these options. You'll be using option 3 for algebra. You can either click on it or just type 3, and then you'll have the following options. And numerical solve is the longer way of saying Nsolve. So you could just type with your fingers menu 3 1, and that'll get you the Nsolve. Okay. So remember, you have to type this first before you type your equation. Okay. So this part of the calculator will solve equations. You must use proper syntax in order to use this. Proper syntax is, now this is important. First you do the Nsolve, then you type the equation, and this is super important. Okay. You need to put the variable to solve for after a comma. Okay. This is super important. So here's an example. If I want to solve 2x plus 3 equals 11, I'm going to do menu, 3 for algebra, 1 for numerical solve, and I'm going to type in 2x plus 3 equals 11. 2x plus 3 equals 11. Now watch, if I just hit enter, I get an error. You cannot just type it in, okay? So after you type in the equation, you have to put comma, and the comma is right at the bottom left, comma, and then I'm typing x, right here, sorry. I'm typing x because that's the variable here. If this was like an A or a B or some other letter, I'd have to put that right here, okay? They have to match. But then I hit enter, and my answer is given, it's 4, okay? So again, when you type it in, you have to put comma x. If you don't put that comma x, you're not gonna get the right answer, okay? All right, so you want to use your calculator to do the following equations. Okay, let's try the first one. 6b minus 3 equals 0. So menu 3, 1, 6b, and you remember you have a whole keyboard down there. Minus 3 equals 0. Remember, I have to hit comma, and don't put x, you got to put the letter here, which is b. It has to match. 0.5, okay. Cool. So you want to get some practice doing Nsolve. You want to do all of this, okay? When you finish these notes, then you can work on the assignment, okay? And the assignment looks like this, okay? Now, it has griddable notes on one side, but the other side, this is the assignment, the griddable Nsolve practice, okay? So again, one side tells you how to do a griddable, okay? And this is just a reminder to use Nsolve, how to do it. Type in the equation, menu 3, 1. Don't forget comma x. But notice how I'm putting my answer. It's in a griddable. Okay, if it's a positive number, I shade them in, I write the number. If it's a negative number, I have to put the negative sign, and I have to put the decimal point and shade them in, okay? So all the instructions on how to do it are right here, okay? All right? So make sure you look at that. And then you're going to do these 6 Griddable practices on here. This is your assignment, so make sure you do that. All right?